morning, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please give me a 5. Press 5 from your tab on the chat box. Give me a 5. All right. Give me a 5. Awesome. Virtual support, can you all check whether can we get more than 100 people on the call, because it looks like it's maxed out at 100 right now. I don't see any increasing in numbers. Can you please check? If we need to, if there's the same problem that we had before, please quickly just upgrade the account straight away. I know we have a problem last time. Looks like it's not going up, guys. Please do that. Okay, it's moving on. Thank you. Now we passed the 101. Okay, thank you. Yes, we had a technical error with Zoom 2 weeks ago. Okay. For those who have just joined us, thank you for taking a time off your business to come and learn together and come and get educated in this series where today we're going to talk about lead generation. Education is the new lead generation. But before we start, right? How many of you have been consistently getting new leads right now? If you have, say yes. If you have not consistently getting new leads, say no. Also, consistently getting new leads, awesome. Then can I ask you, how many leads are you getting per day? Give me a number. How many leads are you getting per day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 per day. Very good, Eric. 4 per day. Well done. 2 per day. Awesome. 3 per day. Awesome. Now, the third question is, do you segregate or do you, wow, Lillian got 8 leads per day, 10, 15 leads per day. Wow, that's so awesome. Awesome, I need to interview you, Fazana. 15 leads a day, 2 to 3 average. Now, I want to ask you this question. How many of you systematically categorize your leads? Let me give you an example. First home buyer, first home investor, upgrader, downgrader. How many of you systematically categorize these leads based on their current needs and wants in the market? How many of you do that? If you do that, say yes. If you don't do that, say trying. All right, a lot of people are trying. Awesome. Yes. Now, it's critical for us to categorize them, right? So today, our objective today is to introduce you a new concept. In journeying with lead generation, which is probably the number one activity or the number one component in everybody's business, is how can we use new ways to lead generate, and how can we use it to categorize the needs of our clients so that we have the most motivated leads that we can get to put into the market. The issue is not about bad leads or good leads. You should change your mindset and think current leads, who are motivated and who is not motivated to buy. So that's the goal of this session here today, right? And today I'm joined by Jonathan, Kuek, and Yien, who's going to share a little bit of their experiences and their journey in this journey. John and Yien, are you there? Good morning to you all.
Morning everyone. Morning, John.
Okay. I'm going to go through a slide first to talk about the concept of lead education and lead generation. And then I will have conversations with them about their current business using that model. And we have a call to action later as an exercise to help you stimulate our way of thinking in terms of how do we categorize and lead generate the data that we have, and then kind of invite the clients to something. Let's try the exercise. But let me go through this slides first. Hang on. Okay, if you could, I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yeah, it's in the edit mode.
Got it. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Now, hang on. Let me just bring up the chat box so that I can. Sorry, give me a minute. Virtual support, I cannot bring up my chat box for a while, so you have to help me ask the question. I don't know why it's not working.
Okay.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about education is the new lead generation, right? But before we go there, we want to have a perspective of where the market is right now. And the perspective is this, that the market has shifted in many areas. How many of you agree that the market has shifted in many areas? Okay, I can bring out my chat box now. The market has shifted in many, many areas, right? What are some of the areas that the market has shifted? Anyone? What are the things that is happening right now in the market that has shifted? What do you all think? Can you put in the chat box? What has shifted? What has shifted? Anyone? Anyone got any ideas what has shifted in the market right now? Okay, a lot of people are having trouble with their buyer's market right now. There you go, buyer's market. What else? What has shifted? Are there more buyers out there looking for bargains? Are they negotiating right now and are giving you low ball prices? Are they giving you offers that is very low ball? There you go. So this is something that shifted. And how many of you notice that there is an amount of leads that's diminished? Like there are lesser and lesser leads compared to last time, right? Lesser and lesser leads compared to last time. And lead generation, it's probably your number one thing that you need to think about in this whole journey. Now your market has shifted. There is a lesser amount of leads, but lead generation, it's still your number one thing. You cannot say because there are lesser leads now, I cannot do lead generation. I don't want to do lead generation, right? The question is not cannot do or what is not doing, but the question is what is the best way to find the motivated buyers? Because the goal is to look at where can we find buyers they are able, ready, qualified to buy. More Bumi is buying property absolutely right now. Absolutely, I see that a lot. Abang Ikwan is there. I think that's him. Fewer leads, fewer showings, and increased days on the market. The minute these signs show up, take notice, don't ignore them, and don't wait to act. So meaning, right, if this is a perspective that we are right now, right, we need to be more intensive in how we do the lead generation. We need to be more intensive and we need to be more purposeful. Meaning you cannot have a one-size-fit-all lead generation model. You cannot do lead generation activities and do one thing and expect to achieve the similar results. Does that make sense? You need to do different lead generation activities to generate more leads that is qualified to buy your asset or to buy your opportunity, right? And the buyer's market, the buyer's leads are what we are looking for right now. Agree? How many of you have a lot of owners calling you and that's not a problem to get listing? How many of you have problem getting buyers? Now, you have a problem getting buyers, please press 1. If you have a problem getting owners, please press 2. Let's just do a survey right now. How many of you got problem getting buyers? Okay, 1. It is 1. All right. 1. Absolutely. Absolutely. So getting the buyers are key. Getting motivated buyers, getting the right buyers for the right unit or the right listing or the right project, it's important for you. So don't go out there, number one. The first lesson I want to teach everyone here, do not blast opportunity to everyone that you know. Be very purposeful and tactical in finding out who are the right people for this listing. So for example, you don't blast a 300,000 property to an owner who is buying $5-6 million property from you. This is not relevant to them. It will be noise and you are not getting the purposeful response from the right person. Does that make sense so far? I'm going to find the right opportunity for the right person. We've got to be a little bit more specific in how we do these things, right? Then we need to do a mind shift. We need to take away that negative framing, meaning what's not going to work, even though it's getting tougher and tougher for us to get more leads that is quality or that is ready to buy. I don't like to use the word quality. I like to use the word lead that is ready to commit. Because quality it's very subjective. It's not quality this month. It can be quality 4 months down the road, right? So do not underestimate the leads that you have, but try to find leads that are ready to buy. So that's the negativity framing that you need to reframe the way you think, that someone who approached you to look at some properties, or 2 months ago or 3 months ago who look at some properties with you, doesn't mean they are not a quality lead. It's just that they are not in the right frame of mind, they are not in the right time, or not in the right moment to buy, right? And the reality is that we know that we are in a challenging market. How many of you believe that there are a lot of people right now, it's having some challenges in really having that fear of losing their job or losing their business? How many of you think there are a lot of people like that? They are in fear of losing their business and jobs. How many of you? Yeah. So that's the reality, right? So if you know that the reality is this, you've got to understand the emotions that's going around the market as well, because the market forces are driven by data, facts, but a lot of times it's also driven by emotions. And the current emotion is not in the most positive emotion, right? It's not the best, right? Everyone is a bit concerned, worried. So you need to have time to nurture that relationship. And in that reality, right, do not expect someone to commit and look at this property and buy today. Right? You got to change that perspective and that mindset. You must have that journey and the experience to go through with them in order for them to buy, right? So today we're going to talk about one of the ways for us to help agents, to think about how to use different methods, especially in the way of educating their clients, to guide them through a journey in order to make decisions that will benefit them by buying this asset or this property. Right, that's my goal today in the next 90 minutes, to kind of give you that perspective and suggestions, and also some live testimony from both Jonathan and Yien in how they have done it in their business, and they are thriving in their business right now, right? So before that, let's think about this. What's your current mindset on lead generation? Now, I can't do a group activity here right now, but I want you to take 30 seconds right now. I want you to think, what's your current mindset on lead generation, and be very honest with yourself. Be very honest. I want you to take a piece of paper right now in the next 30 seconds to 1 minute. I want you to write down what are your feelings, your emotion, and your expectation about your own lead generation activities right now. Now, example, it could be, oh, I'm struggling, or I don't like it, or it's not working, or maybe whatever that is, or it is working, or whatever, whether it's negative or positive. I want you to write it down right now in the next 1 minute. So take 1 minute right now, quickly write it down in your note on your phone. This is very important. This exercise is very important. I want you to write this down right now. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Write it down right now. Everyone writing it down? I hope everyone is writing down right now. Could be anything, could be negative emotions, it could be positive emotions. Working in a slow place. Thank you, Hajinda. Thank you for being very honest. Because you need to find the reality right now that we are in. And there's no right or wrong. This is just the way we are feeling right now. Not so good. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jimmy. What else? What's your current mindset on lead generation? It's difficult. It's challenging. It's tough. Nobody's interested to buy. Is that in your head right now? Whatever that is, write it down on a piece of paper. Now, if you are ready to write, you have done it right now in a piece of paper, I would like you to be brave enough, like those people who have just shared on the chat box. If you can share a few things, not promising, awesome. It's very challenging, absolutely. What else? Continue to progress and action. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Eva. Anyone else? Lead gens forced me to manage database, which is good. Very good. That's very positive. Now, everything here, it's the truth, right, that we are going through. It's not, and we don't bluff ourselves or kid ourselves that it's difficult, right? It's maybe difficult. It's something that we are going through this challenge. I don't have enough listings. Keep doing things that work even though you don't like to do. Awesome. It's exciting when it's challenging. Creativity is developed. Keep on doing until you find the diamond. Absolutely, Jen. That's a very good one. Awesome. Now, in reality, right? In reality, we will have ups and downs in lead generation. It is very tiring, but promising. It is always finding new ways. So the goal is this: in order, when you are stuck or when you feel that it's not working, then you need to shift and think about what's going to work. And one of the ways that we think about what's going to work is to model. Everyone think about modeling. Look at models that have been successful. And today we have two models to share with you, two different individuals who are running teams and running their projects and their platforms. How are they going to do it? How are they doing it right now, right? So that's a perspective. And all of us are going through the same challenges. There's to the similar challenges, maybe in different intensity, right? Or in different levels, but it is pretty much the same challenges, because doing lead generation, it's not something that will help, that we like, right? We don't like to do lead generation. We like to pick up the phone and call someone we don't know. We don't like that, but it's necessary, right? And there are certain ways that we can do that may make us feel more comfortable. And today we're going to explore that. So in order for us to master lead generation, important and critical for us to study working models, important for us to practice what we study, and put a time on task. Means you're going to put a time to do it with that task. So if you set aside a time, 30 minutes a day to follow up, or 30 minutes a day to call cold leads or warm leads or hot leads, there must be a time of 1 hour. No, I have agents, when I coach them, they come to me and say, I'm having challenges calling people. Okay, so how many did you call? 10 people. Great. Can you consistently call 10 new people every single day? Block a time between and I always ask them, if you read the $1 Million Real Estate Agent, there's a chapter called Energy. And in that chapter, it talks about find the day or the time of the day that you have the highest level of energy. In order for you to do something that you are not comfortable, that you feel that is difficult, you need to have the highest energy moment of the time. You're going to figure out what that time is. For me, I've got two moments. Number one, it's between the time of 9 to 12. That's my highest energy time. Afternoon, very tired and very sleepy. So I try not to do things that I don't like to do in the afternoon. What I need to do, I try to get it out in the morning. That's the highest energy. And my second time is at night, between the time of 10 to 1 a.m. Right? That's my highest energy time. So you got to know when for you, what works in terms of that time. Now, you also got to organize your time that is relevant for your business. Now, doesn't mean I can cold call or I can lead generate during 10 a.m. to 1 a.m., 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., right? So you've got to find that right time. Yeah, Shireen, I call 9 a.m., clients say too early to call. Well, how many clients say that? Is it 1, 2, 10, 100, 200? Ask that question. How many people tell you that? Is it everyone? Is it just one, or just 3, or just 5? Right? You got to find that right timing, right? And ask permission when you call them. Can I have your permission to follow up with you this time? Set appointment to cold call. Set appointment to have conversations with them, right? So this is important to master lead generation. Study, practice, time on task. Now let's work on this subject matter called study. Now, in order for us to understand how to do lead generation correctly or effectively, we need to understand how the buyer feel and think. How many of you think that understanding how the buyer feel and think in making decisions are important for you? How many of you believe that? How many believe that understanding the buyer's thinking is very important? You've got to understand that you cannot put, a lot of times, agents get very personal with the buyers. They feel that the buyer should think like them. And that's where the mistakes is. That's where the problem is. Agents, you have to think from the buyer's perspective first if you want to work with the buyer. And you don't expect them to think like you because they are not playing your role. Does that make sense? I'll give you an example. If you look at websites today, if a real estate agent that designs a website for real property, I almost can guarantee you the real estate agent will put a lot of pictures and a lot of descriptions. And if you look at the property portals, they only show you one nice picture and one search bar. Because the client is not interested in a lot of information at the start. They are interested to figure out who can give me the best information. Does that make sense? They want to know who is the best person I can go to. Now, I'll give you a perspective of what's a buyer's journey look like. Okay, let me just try to change my slides. Oh, there you go. This is a buyer journey. There are 3 different stages: discovery, consideration, and decision. And the problem I see a lot of agents or salespeople today, or business owners, they focus on how to get them to make decision right now. Can you see there are 3 categories and there are 3 components, and it has to happen in sequence, right? A lot of times we want to get them what's the best way for us to go and help them make that decision. And the challenge is this: most people, when they buy big ticket items, they don't make decisions so fast. They don't. Generally, they don't. They go through what we call a discovery journey. The discovery is, number one, they are not aware. They're not aware of this opportunity. They're not aware of certain things. And they're not aware of the challenges that they potentially have or they may have. Right? And then from unawareness to awareness. So for example, there are some properties that you have. They are not aware that your property is below market value. They're not aware. They're not aware. So how do you make them aware? You've got to educate them. You've got to educate the benefits. You've got to educate the challenges. In order for us to go through education, we need to know what's the pros and cons. That's good education. Bad education is telling you a lot of things without telling you the real things. Does that make sense? So you need to have that opportunity to educate the clients, right, in the early stage. So education is probably the most important part at the beginning of the journey. If we don't educate the clients, they will find a way to educate themselves because they are still in the discovery mode. They are committing to make some changes, but they don't know what the change is right now. Right? They don't know. Maybe I have a problem. For example, I haven't bought my first home yet, and I need to buy my first home right now. So I've got a problem, right? My problem is to buy my first home. I cannot find the first home that is suitable for me. I am not aware of the product that you have. Totally unaware. And then suddenly you send me this message: Mr. Tan, this is the cheapest property in town, 400,000, buy now. How would I respond? Now, if you understand this concept, how would I respond? Guys, put in the chat box. How would you respond if I tell you right now, I've got the best property at 400,000, you want to buy that? How would you respond? Tell me on the chat box. Ignore. What else? What else? Daniel say ignore. Reason for selling. Yeah, meh. Why I want to buy? Think about it. Need facts and figure to support. There you go. So you don't pressure me. Not motivated, curious, feel harassed. Absolutely. Want to find out more maybe? Delete text immediately. I used to block this type of message. What? Okay. There you go. So what if the message is different? Hi, right now I have, good morning, Mr. Tan. I have a education session right now to teach us about how can we own our first home. What are the process and what are the benefits right now that the government has done for us to own our first home? Would you like to sign up for this course right now? Now, if I send you a text like that, would you be more open to consider joining? If you are interested to buy first home, how would you behave? Tell me in the chat box. The first one was product, go buy. Second one was much more confident, positive. Absolutely. I'm curious to explore, more open. Because you know why? At the discovery stage, nobody is going to commit to buy something. Generally, right? Generally, especially in this season, right? They are not going to commit. Right? You would definitely go. Yes, Ming Yao said you would go because now I want to know more. How can I own my first home? Or I want to know more. How can I upgrade my property right now? It is a conversation for you to discover how can you solve your problem, right? Correct. Now, if you're going to see a doctor right now, just give you another example. You're going to see a doctor. Doctor say you need operation. You are sick and you're going to see the doctor say you need operation. Then you will ask a question. Why do I need operation? Hey, don't bother lah. I'm the doctor. You just sit down on the operation theater. Let me cut you up and fix the problem. How would you feel? How many of you will be a bit afraid to go on the operating theatre if the doctors don't communicate and explain and help you discover where your problem is? Don't explain to you, right? Not secure and fear. Are you going to go on the operating theatre and allow them to cut you right now? You go find another doctor, right? Absolutely. If you don't do this discovery journey with them in the beginning, they are going to find someone else. And then a lot of agents argue, oh, it is not a quality lead. It's not that it's not quality lead. Sometimes I think it's the quality of the agent that we need to think about. I need to ask that questions. Asking clarifying questions, helping them go through an education process. Sometimes the client don't know what to ask. They don't understand what to ask. They are also very lost, right? A lot of times people haven't bought their property before in their life. They don't understand a lot of things. That's where you come in. That's where you have the opportunity to educate them. And after you go discovery, right, and they realize the problem, they know what kind of solution they need, then suddenly you give them opportunity to look at some of the solutions that you may have for them. And that's a consideration time. They're committing to the solution that you are providing. Now, and it depends. In the first round, they understand what they need and they communicate to you what they understand, what they need. And if you can bring them solutions that can solve their need, and you have to give them options for their solutions, and then they will consider and start thinking, oh, maybe option A, B, C, now I got choice. Now I zoom in from a lot of opportunities suddenly to just 3 that suits me, right? And all of us are different. Every one of us are different. You cannot treat every client the same because everyone got different background, different understanding, different needs, and different abilities, right? So you need to think about the considerations. That this is the part where if you do very well, they're going to have a lot of conversations with you. In the sub-sale market, we call that negotiation right now, right? After that, when you look at buying projects, which option is better, which unit is better, low floor, high floor, middle floor, 2 car parks, 3 car parks, 5 car parks, fully furnished, unfurnished, right? So that's the consideration part. Now, if you can get the buyers on the table in having conversations about consideration, you are one step forward on getting a sale. And then they will make a decision. They will commit to the selection that they do in the last section. Understand this. In these three components, right? The first and the second one is the most critical one. Trust me. Because if you don't get them through the journey of the first and second one, the third one won't happen. Because it is a sequence. It is a sequence. And a lot of times, some agents, when they get straight to the decision, is because the client has been briefed and taught by someone else, or they self-learn their discovery and consideration, right? And some buyers are like that. Now, I give you a perspective of a property. If this is now a property perspective on how generally most buyers will go through. They need to first go through a need analysis, and we taught that by Matt Teeter a few months ago about need analysis. I think that's so important to go through a need analysis to understand and analyze the needs of the buyers. And if you can get them pre-approval for financing, that would be great. Give them information about the neighborhood. Give them options of the homes. Get them to make offers so that they can start negotiating. Coordinate some of the vendor situation where if the vendor needs to get, for example, if this maybe is a property that requires a state consent, or you need to understand what's the vendor's perspective and pre-close the preparation, then you do the closing and you post-close. Now, this is just a general life cycle of an example of a buyer, right, in a property. Some of this I took this material from the US market, but I think it's quite similar to us here, right? And in order for you, now, how many of you are learning something from this journey here right now? How many of you are learning something? What are your ahas about this cycle of a buyer? Anyone? Put in the chat box right now. How many of you are learning something about how to journey with your buyer? Anyone want to share any ahas? What are you learning here? Learn to be more organized. Anything else? Anyone? Look at the sequence. And some buyers come in, they are already discovered, they already educated already. Maybe they need to look at, they're considering already. So you need to understand where they are. Some buyers come to you, I've already been educated by someone else, but that was not a good opportunity for me. Now I'm looking already. Now I kind of know what I want. And some buyers are doing a lot of self-discovery, right? They know how to discover and they understand the market better than some of us. The problem happens when the buyer knows better than you. That's where you are outplayed. That's where you are outplayed. I see so many agents got outplayed from the buyers because the buyers understand better than you in the market. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. So some of the things that you need to understand or some of the information you need to help the buyers are some of these things. Right? Developments in the community. If you want to sell a project, you don't tell the buyer this is the best project. You educate the buyer this is the best project. There's a difference between education and telling. Education is you show them data, facts, give them an opportunity to explore. No, Mr. Tan, in this location in Damansara, these are the 8 condominiums that's launched right now. You know what? In this neighborhood, there are only 3 new launches and 3 old properties. This is the price for the 3 old properties there, and this is the price for the 3 new launches. And my launch is 20% below these two property. That's when you educate them, right? And if you don't educate them this way, and you just sell them a product, they are not going to buy because they will go and call someone else to get education, right? You need to learn how to do this. These are some of the things I will go very quickly. Study some of the topics that you need to study so that you can educate your client. Now, remember this. In order for you to educate others, you first must be educated. I repeat, in order for you to educate others, you first must be educated. You cannot educate someone when you are not educated. You cannot ask the student to go and teach the teacher. If the teacher is not educated, then there's a problem, right? You must understand. You must understand that you need to be educated in order to educate people. So you need to read and study up the local market scene. Like when I know some of the project leaders, when they go through project briefing, they have a huge sales kit, some are 50 pages, 60 pages. I always see that agents normally don't read because they always ask questions. So what is the price for this? What is the car park level? Whatever. What is the market comparison? Actually, some of the sales kit, all the things are inside there already. But we don't take the time to read through and go through the document, to study. How are you going to brief the buyers if you're not studying the document? Right, so that's important. Understand numbers. What are the numbers and what are the what do you call that, the opportunities there. Now this slide will be available. I will share this in Workplace later this morning. For those refill agents only, you will get this slide on Workplace. Okay, the next thing is, if you want to be educating people, right, the best way to educate people is that you are confronting the media. You are contributing to the media in the local market. I encourage every agent here, the Edge property has an opportunity for you to post up all your deals closed transactions. Tell people in your market that you have done successfully in that place. Don't keep quiet. I see so many agents, when they do transaction, they keep quiet. They don't tell anyone. No, they are so afraid people know that they close the transaction. Right? You need, in order for you to be the area expert, you need to show people that you are the area expert, and the media are the ones that are the way for you to do it. Either social media or either print media or relevant media. So I always do sessions like this. I always do contributions like this on the media, right? And I use data, I use my success, I use my previous understanding, right? Okay, so right now, we have quickly gone through a preliminary understanding of why buyer's journey is important, why educating the buyers is important, right? Now the goal is then, how can we find someone that is motivated to be educated to buy, right? And I want to say that there are 2 methods. Number 1 is the method you approach them and the message you approach them. That makes sense. It is the method that you approach them and the message that you approach them right now. So let's just take upgrading a property as a example. What do you mean by upgraded? Upgrading means someone who has maybe from a studio apartment looking at a 3-bedroom, or someone who has just got married, want to move up to another place, or someone who have been living in an old condo and wants to move on to a new luxurious condo, right? These are upgraders, right? So I use that as an example. How many of you right now have people like that in your database? They are thinking about upgrading. Can you put in the chat box right now? If you have, say yes. Yes, someone else. Who else? Only one person. Anyone else? How many of you have someone in your database that is thinking about upgrading? Right? Awesome, you have, right? So the question now is, how many of you think that they are concerned whether is this the right time to upgrade or not? How many of you think they have that mindset? Is this the right time to upgrade? How should I upgrade right now? Is this the best time? Eti, is this the best time? Or is this the right time? Is there a concern? Yes. So then the question is, what's the method? Is the method pushing them the product, or is the method trying to educate them? So the message and the method is what we're going to explore today, right? So there are two methods. Either you prospect or you market. Either you send them information or you call them and ask them. And both ways can work. But the most important that I want to focus on today, it's the messaging. It's the messaging. What message that you want to send to them right now? Your message must match the market. The message right now is, do you think it's the right time to buy? Or the message is, maybe let me show you why this is the right time to buy. Do you have fear in the market? Maybe that's the way you should message right now, right? And I want to just focus on the messaging part, because I think this is where most agents do not put enough thoughts and their time to do the messaging, right? So I just wanted you all to see this as important. What's the message that you want to send out to the clients, right? John and Yien, are you there on the phone right now, on the call right now? Just ask you a few questions. John, are you there?
Yeah.
John, can you share with us right now for your product, and you're focusing on first home, first investment product, right?
Yep.
What's the price range that you're doing right now?
400,000-600,000 different project.
Okay, so between 400 and 600,000. Now, what's your messaging to the clients right now, to the leads right now?
My message to my leads right now, I think it's a good opportunity to buy your first property during this season of time, and let me tell you why.
Okay, that's a message. Now, would you respond to that? This is the best opportunity to buy. Now, you may have some people, do you have people responding to you negatively?
Yep, they are, but I'm not focusing on them. So
there you go. There you go. And out of 10 messages, how many would respond positively to you to say that I want to know more?
Yeah, definitely, because when the government make the new announcement about the HOC and all, people know about this, but they don't know what's so good about that. And that's the reason why we are here to educate them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yien, are you there, Yien? Sorry, I can't see your face because of my screen setup. I'm not sure why is it like that. But can you share with us what's your message to the market of your property right now? Because I know you're doing a lot of upgraders, mid-end to high-end market. What's that message for them right now?
So we are actually asking the customer if you are looking for a very unique or serene kind of development for a new home.
Yeah. So more lifestyle, greens, health, right? That kind of thing. Awesome. So now you see that two of them here are an example of when they know their business, they know how to match the message of their product to the market, right? You need to know how to match it. And there are agents right now having the same opportunity, but they're sending the wrong message to the market. And that's where I want to pause here and let's talk a little bit about how they're doing it right now. So I'm going to quickly stop sharing my screen. Okay, hang on. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, hang on. Okay, can you all see me back now? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So now I want us to just have conversation with John and Yien in this season of how they are messaging the clients and how Yien is messaging. But let me just start with John first. John, you want to share your current journey of how you're doing the education part to the client? Go ahead, John.
Right, how I started basically during MCO and CMCO, we can't do anything, right? And I've been thinking what we can do differently, because I always say this: it's not what we do, it's how we do it. So what happened is that clients are very confused. They don't know what is happening to the property market. I think it's our responsibility to educate them. So me and my team and myself, we discussed what we can do differently. So we decided to do a live property talk. We decided to do a closed group talk. And we have done 5 Zoomina. This cannot be done alone. It's a team, the whole FDRT coming in together to do this. And we talk about the market, and they know that COVID-19 already impacted the property market. They are expecting the property price drop 70% because there's one guy say the price will drop 70%. I think we need to be there and educate them by showing the data, by showing what is happening right now, so that they know they won't expect the price will drop 70%, you know. So we do that, and the response was quite good.
So, okay. Do you want to share your currents that you have a sample of how you communicate to your clients, right? You have slides to share with us how you are doing this right now.
Right, Ken. So, right, no problem. So I can show the whole slide or what?
Yeah, you can show the whole thing. Then after I pass it to Yien to show the whole thing as well, so that all of us have an example of how you're doing it.
Right, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Right. I just want to explain to everyone that why are we doing this? We call it Zoomina. We get people to do that. I think if we don't know how to advise our client, we are nothing but a salesman, you know. And we decided to do this and group everyone together and be very purposeful about this, is to educate them, to generate leads, and to show them where is the opportunity. So when we do this Zoomina, it's not to do show to other people, you know, is to really be very purposeful for this. So the objective of this Zoomina is like a seminar, you know, offline, but we call it Zoomina. Number one is to really educate client. But while educating is also a new way for lead generation, because we are constantly looking for ways to generate leads, right? So that's one of the ways that we do that. And also is to create value to clients, because the fact that we are here is to really create value and do things differently. One of the way we can do things differently is to really create value. And lastly is to build relationship. Now is to reconnect to your client. Now, if you bring a client to a session and end of the session, they say, oh, I learned a lot of things. You create value and the client will follow you, because when you stop creating value, your clients stop following you. So that's what we believe. So we will never stop creating value. So that's the objective that we are doing. For Zoomina, we get our clients together to this Zoom. Now, why Zoom? Let me explain to you, because of the MCO and CMCO. Let me explain to you why Zoom, because I've been in this line for about 7 years, close to 7 years, and I'm doing project marketing, and my specialty is project marketing. Number one is that we are able to bring more prospect to Zoomina than to Sales Gallery. Now, I've held a lot of event at the Sales Gallery, and in order for me to get 50 people to the Sales Gallery, it's very tough. And probably I will need to spend 2,000-3,000 marketing to do that. But when we do Zoomina, average, we have done 5, averagely we have about 30 to 40 clients at the Zoomina. For me to reach out to clients is a lot easier. So that's one of the big benefits that you should look at when we conduct this education, is the new lead generation. Because sometimes when you get client to the Sales Gallery, sometimes they FFK you, meaning to say no show, suddenly don't turn out. But when we approach them and we get them to the Zoomina, they will come. You know, but it is also a process for me to filter the client, because the client register my ads, it means that they are interested about this product, but they just don't come to Sales Gallery. Then I will do this to approach our client. Number 2 is that the whole Zoomina is 95% educational based, because education is the new lead generation. Now, no client would like to attend a Zoomina and then let you sell. I don't think you like that.
About what?
Yeah, I don't think you like that also. So 95% is the educational base. And lastly, we create more value than anyone else in the market. Just like I saw a comment, how can you stand out from the rest? That's to create more value than anyone else. In fact, I was thinking about, can I group 10 or 20 buyers for one project? Maybe we get a special discount. That's the one of the reasons why we do this Zoomina. Now, who should attend this Zoomina for my session is that the first-time home buyer is for the young family and property investor and people who want to know where is the opportunity for the next 6 months, or they are confused what is happening to the property market right now, and they need someone to advise them, bring them to these sessions. Right, that is very important for them. And remember, 95% is about education, and that is very, very important. Now, there's one of team CK Property Labs is created by Kelvin, and this page got some of very good information about properties. You know, you can go and like this page and send some of the valuable information to our client, valuable content. Now we have done 5. We have 220 participants throughout the 5 Zoomina together as a team, and we actually help clients to solve their problem. Now, some client bought the wrong property and they come to us and ask us what we should do right now, right? Because I believe as a real estate negotiators, if we can solve a problem and money will come, if that is true, right? If we solve a problem, the money will come. My question to you is, what kind of problem are we solving for our client? That is a very important question. What kind of problem are you solving for our clients so the money will come? It's not what kind of project are you selling so the money will come. This is very different. I always tell my agent is that we are actually not in real estate business. We are not here just to sell property. We are here to solve problem. And we'll explain to you a little bit more about this. So now in the whole Zoomina, I break it down into 4 sections. Remember, I told you 95% is the educational base. And let me show you the content. Number 1, I talk about the market overview. What is happening right now, show you some data. By the way, this one is, what is data? How was the performance last year compared to this year? And where is the location is for you to best to invest? Whether it's Cheras, PJ or whatever, whether it's lender, whether it's condo, and that is important. Number 2, we talk about the financial insight. Now, we know that OPR cut. We know that right now we are having the lowest interest rate in the history for the last 10 years. The lowest is in 2008. We show the data. Now, when was the best time to borrow money was in 2008, because that time the interest was lower. Where is the second best time is today? And they say that maybe in July, the interest rate will drop again. Then in the history will be the lowest in Malaysia. And we also talk about the 6-month loan deferment. And that's the only country in Asia we are doing this. And some other countries are modeling us. So is our client know about this? Our client don't know. So that's the reason why we're educating our client. Number 3, we talk about the rental yield and capital appreciation. And what is the percentage? What is the yield that you should look at? 4%, 5%, 6%, or 7%. In this location, what you should look at. We educate our client what to expect. And some clients don't even know how to calculate rental yield. Don't talk about some client. Maybe some of our agents also don't know how to calculate rental yield. So that is very important to educate our client. And when we talk about the market, we talk about the opportunity, we talk about the rental yield and capital appreciation. And lastly, we talk about where is the opportunity and where you should look at. And this opportunity, we use about 10 to 15 minutes to showcase some of the location, to showcase some of the project. So they see the opportunity, and then it's up to them whether they want to grab it. And then we'll ask them, now you see the opportunity, go back to the agent that invited you to this Zoomina, and they will tell you more about this. Now, like this, your client will go back to you, and then it is your opportunity to educate your client, to show your client, to bring your client to the sales gallery. So that's how we do that for the Zoomina, and we have some result. And now John Lee is doing this for the whole entire Redfield group. I think it's a very good opportunity for you to latch on, you know. So now, what is the opportunity on the market during MCO, CMCO, and RMCO? Myself and the team FDRT, we actively searching what is the best opportunity on the market right now. And let me show you some of the opportunity that we discover. Number 1 is that the MCO, which is free MOT and stamp duty, you can save up to 50,000. Now, this don't come often. HOC doesn't come often. It come last year, but it finished, then it relaunched again. So we talk about HOC. People know about this, but they don't know. Last year when government announced HOC, but it was not so, not everyone know about this. But this year, I think everyone is talking about this. I think we need to go and talk to them. Number 2 is house key. What's so good about house key is 30% lower than your conventional loan, your repayment. Now, we saw this opportunity in some of the project. It's 30% lower repayment compared to your conventional loan. Some clients don't know, and we need to tell them. And lastly, is no interest during construction. Now, most of the project, you need to pay interest during construction, and easily about 30 to 40,000. Now, we found one of the project, they don't have this. And where is the opportunity? We're going to tell them. And lastly, is 100% financing. Now, based on Bank Negara rules, first and second property, you can get 90% loan. Third property, you can get only 70% loan. But right now, you can get up to 90% loan. But there is one opportunity that you can get 100% financing. All right. And we will tell where is the opportunity. So we are looking for opportunity, all this. And lastly, is the 6-month repayment subsidized, meaning to say, when I get my key for the next 6 months, whatever repayment I pay to the bank, I can claim back from developer easily 20 to 30,000. Where is this project? Where is the opportunity? Now, that is the reason why we as a real estate negotiators on the market, we know all this opportunity and we present it to our client, because I don't present things that client can find easily. All right, so that is important. So that's it. Now, this is one of the message that I sent to you. You can change it up to you. I say, good morning, Jonathan here. Hope you are safe during this RMCO. You can screenshot it if you want. We are having a live property seminar this Saturday at 8:30, and I thought about you, 25th June. And then are we heading to property market crash? You can change the title because when I think 2 months ago, when someone talked about the property market is going to crash to 70%, I used this title to stir out the interest. Now you can change the title. So reply yes to get access to our live this Saturday. By the way, it's not this Saturday, it's this Thursday. So you can change it a little bit, but this is one of the templates that you are looking at, right? Cool. So lastly, that's the EDM you can send. By the way, there will be a new EDM. I just want to show this to you. So to buy now or to wait is a question. People don't know.
John, can you go back to the slide before this?
This one?
Yeah, so can I just clarify with you that every single person you send out this message to, or you get your team to send a message to, there is a personalized name message there, right?
100%, 100%.
So you don't say dear so, and you actually make sure that you put that person's name in that message, right? You're purposeful about that person that you want to send to. You don't just blast out to whoever you have in your phone.
Correct. Send to your contact number that you want to touch base, and they want to buy something, but they are not sure because they are confused.
Correct. Awesome. Just want to clarify that, because I think a lot of agents, they just blast whoever is on their WhatsApp group. They don't think through who are the right person, and they don't personalize that message. Because we respond to personalized message more than we respond to a generic message. We know that it's a marketing thing. I'm not interested already.
Correct. So that's the marketing things we talk about. So that's the contact number that I have. You can now we are doing this on the 25th June. I think Yien is doing it on the 24th. Talk about a different topic. Now get your client to register them. If you want the EDM, I think Regina will send to you. But you can contact me. That's my phone number. You can screenshot it and all that. Now I want to say one last thing is that if we are not doing this Zoomina, if we are not bringing our client to this Zoomina, your competitors will do that. And then your client will go to your competitor's Zoomina, and your clients will get education from your competitors. So you're not creating value, and your client won't follow you. So that's the reason why we do this. It can be very tiring, very stressful. You need to put a lot of effort to do that, but we are willing to do this during this time.
Thank you for sharing, John. Thank you for sharing. How many of you learned something from that just now? How many of you learned something from that just now? And how they are using education to build their business and to get engaged their clients and to find purposefully who are the right clients. So John's product is focusing more on the first-time home buyers and also first-time investors, right? So think about that. I will come back to him later. Yien, why don't you share your journey right now? What are you guys doing? And it can be as detailed or as brief as we can. So go ahead. Yeah, and go ahead and share.
I think during this lockdown time, we did like what we did before the lockdown. Basically, is to invite our client to the sales gallery and hoping that they will come like usual before. But then we realized that now it's lockdown, we cannot invite them. So we will just try to sell it just over the Zoom or through WhatsApp, okay? And asking them to book a down payment, put a booking fee of 500 ringgit. Now it's already reduced from 5,000 to 500, and it's fully refundable. And we realized that customers are also not responding. They are not responding even if it's like a fully refundable. Then we realized one thing is that because of this lockdown, things are different now. Customer can't come to the gallery, and there is a roadblock for us to provide more information. Hence, we actually decided to redo our entire sales kit, and we put a lot of informations, insights, data, and facts, okay, in the sales kit. So whenever the customer is interested, we will actually send them this so that they will be educated. So it's in a form of education. We gave them more information so that they can make a decision. So all this will actually helps to provoke their thoughts and think about it. Oh, okay, this is a very unique and very rare development, and also help them to see the opportunity and have more clarity on what is going on in the market. Then from there, they started to feel that, okay, this product is very interesting. Then they are willing to actually then do a transfer to book the unit. So that's what we did during the lockdown time. Even until now, since now we are able to go to gallery, those that actually book with us, and now they are coming to the gallery. Yeah. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead, share.
Yeah. So, okay. So I just want to share with you, because we are taking opportunity of the HOC. Then I just want to share with you like what happened in 2019 HOC. Okay, so and this is one of my customer. Her name is Miss Lau. Basically, I actually invited her to come to the sales gallery.
Can you put it in presenter mode?
Oh, okay. Right. So I actually invited her to come to the sales gallery. You can see from here, I invited her on the 15th of July. Okay, 15th of July. And I keep inviting, she ignored me. And as 19, I sent again the same invitation. 21st, I sent again the invite. 28, I invite again, you know, and confirm the timing. 7th of August, I invite again and reconfirm the timing. 8th of August, appointment is confirmed finally. It's on the 11th of August. Okay, 10, I sent a reminder. 11, finally, is the day that she's supposed to come, but she FFK me. Okay, and telling me that she got a more important event to go to, which is very usual, right? So I have no choice but still give her a smiley face to tell her no worries, we can reschedule, okay? So be very patient. And finally she came, okay, and she booked the unit and SMP is signed. And after 2 days, she referred a friend. And the friend booked the unit without seeing an SMP sign. So what I'm trying to tell you is that number one, of course, because of the HOC, it's an opportunity for us to start invite. And it is a journey. When you invite, right, we will have to invite again and again and again. You can see how many times I have invited without giving up, right? If I gave up, I could have lost 2 SMP. 2 SMP, right? So, and you can see from 15th of July until the day she really come is on the 12th. It's about a month. My invitation is about a month, because most of our agents, they invite 1 or 2 weeks, then they give up, you know. But you can see in the month, right, I have actually touched base with her for so many times. It's almost every 3 to 7 days I will touch base with her. So do not be demotivated when they don't. Throughout this messaging, actually sometimes she ignored me, sometimes she just give me a 1-sentence word. So I do not know whether she's really genuine or she really interested or whatever. But why did I keep doing it is because when the first invite I sent her, she did respond to me, right? And then she said, okay, send me some info. So from there, I just keep on doing what I need to do until I find out that she tell me that, okay, I'm not interested, stop sending me any more message, you know, you are very annoying, then I will stop. But if she didn't, I will just keep sending. Yeah, and when she finally came to the sales gallery, I did the whole complete walkthrough. She's impressed, and actually she turned out so much more friendlier when she met me in person. compared to when she's in WhatsApp. So that's why I don't take it personally when they really don't entertain us in WhatsApp, because customers, sometimes they are really busy with their own personal things, their own personal life. So we just continue to do, which is get them come and book the unit.
Yien, can I answer a quick question, Yien? A quick question. This Miss Lau, your client, right? Do you know what's her occupation?
Yes, I know.
Do you know what she does?
She works in a corporate. Yeah, she works in a corporate. She's a GM in a corporate.
So very busy, a lot of meetings, day in, day out.
Yeah, correct.
Different timing zones of conversation meeting. That's why it's very hard for them to lock in their time to come. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah. So the richer and the more successful they are, the lesser time they have, right?
Exactly. So this is what I tell my team also. Don't be upset when they don't pick up your call or they don't want to respond to you during office hour, because if you are really somebody that is a high productivity, that is really busy, and you make more money, definitely during working hours, they will have no time to entertain you. So you need to understand that point. So do not conclude that this person is not interested, but actually they are just busy. What you need to do is find the right time, continue to find the right time to communicate with them and understand why they are not available to respond to you. You have to ask the questions like, understand that you must be very busy. Maybe the customer will tell me, yeah, I'm very busy with the meetings, or no, I'm flying off this weekend, I'm flying again. So you roughly know the lifestyle of this person, then you will know how to follow up better. Right. So I just want to share with you another case. So this Miss Seo is another customer of mine. So actually she is a sub-sales buyer. She's my sub-sales buyer. She's actually looking at a condo with me at Ara Hill, right? Then after she viewed the unit with me, right? Of course, I hope and wish that she will just, like this unit and buy the sub-sales from me, But after the viewing, I have a conversation with her and I realized that she's actually looking at other condos, okay, through the conversation I found out. And she's telling me that, hey, you know what, actually, other agents are actually proposing me projects instead of sub-sales. Walao eh. So when I heard that, right, I was like, I have to quickly propose my project that I know, because, you see, because the thing is, that means customers are out there looking for property, but it doesn't mean that you don't have competitors. I thought that she's only looking at project, but somehow through the conversation, I found that actually she's open for projects too. So then I must propose my project, else I will lose out, right? So then I immediately tell her about my project, which is Seresta, the new launch and HOC package to her. Immediately, she's like, okay, can we go and see now? Like, I say like, okay, now, seriously now. So immediately I drove her to the sales gallery, and then she booked it on the same day, and S&P is signed. So that's why even if you encounter some sub-sales buyers, right, sometimes you wouldn't know they are actually being approached also, or they are willing to explore projects. And one thing is that I realized that there are many buyers that even though their salary is in a very high bracket, they are professionals, workers, or in a corporate or whatever, they do not understand the property market. They do not understand what is HOC, and they do not understand what is the difference between sub-sales and project. In terms of like, okay, if projects, what is the benefits? If sub-sales, what is the benefits? So that is why if we are able to educate them and give them the facts, actually, if you buy projects, right, now developers are giving a lot of rebates and freebies, which previously previous years you won't actually experience this, because these buyers, they probably purchased a property long time ago. How many properties do you purchase in a year? Most of the people, they have like maybe a few, right? But they bought it like probably 5-6 years ago or 10 years ago. But back then, 10 years ago, developers don't give like zero down payment, free legal fee, blah, 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 and all these things. So they don't know that the market has changed. But if you are the first agent that tell them, you know what, do you want to explore project? Actually project, right? You can actually save up a lot of your cash flow. And at this current market sentiment, you would like to save up a bit, to keep some reserve, right? So then they will be very happy that, no need to pay 10% down payment. You serious? Oh, legal fees, all these, stamp duty, no need to pay. When you tell them that, oh yeah, then they will find that, wow, this is such an opportunity, I want to go and explore. So when they come and explore, then you tell them, oh, you know what, projects, right? Brand new when you take the house, and then you have defect warranty period for 2 years and up to 3 years. then they'll be very surprised because sub-sales, they have to still do the renovation and fix all the electricity, wiring, piping, and all these things. So they will see that, okay, maybe it's a better deal, you know, because since she couldn't decide to buy for the sub-sale because she see that, you know, the condition is not good, the price is not like 30-20% below market price. So she can't decide and whether is it the right time to buy. So when she see the project, okay, actually I commit something because so many discount, committing something that is below market price, and yet I only be getting the house 3 years down the road, right? That is only the time I need to pay my full loan. So they will see, but they wouldn't know how to think like that if you don't articulate out. Okay, if you don't articulate out and tell them, hey, you know what? If you buy project, you don't need to pay your full loan now, right? You will only need to pay it later. So with all this, then you will actually provoke their talks and actually probably all this information gave them a solutions, you know, to the uncertainties. Yep. Right. So this is my girl. Cheryl. She's a Emerge platform coach. Okay. From end of May until June, just the past 2 weeks, right? She closed 8 deals, 8 Seresta deals worth 14 million in 2 weeks. Okay. This is what we did. We educate the customer and slowly understand, like we did need analysis and all those, right? We want to understand what is the customer thinking, what they want before we give them the facts and relates it back to what they need. Okay, I don't know whether you want me to share a little bit about the project here.
You can. I just want to add something here, and you are so spot on by saying that most clients don't think like us. They don't understand the market the way we understand. They don't see HOC as the way we see HOC. And really just a few days ago, a friend of mine just texted me from church. He just messaged me and say, hey, I'm doing this deal right now. Do you think this is a good deal? I look at the deal. I look at the sub-sale market. I say, hey, it's fair deal and all that. And I asked him this question. Did your agent went through a need analysis to understand where you are right now? He said, no, I just saw this product, I just pushed, but I'm not sure. And I asked him a few questions, and it turned out, I said, the same price, do you know that the project that we are selling over there is cheaper, number one, and it's 0 down. Didn't you think about HOC and all that? No, the agent told me HOC is for low-cost house. I paused there for a moment, and I said, now, we don't expect that our clients, right, to study every single thing about property market because they're all so busy doing their work, right? And then he in his head, the agent told him the HOC is for low-cost house, government house, nothing to do with you. And you buy this house, this is the best deal for you right now. But the agent just want to sell the house. The agent was not interested to serve the customer, to give him the best opportunity. And when he heard that, he was so upset at the agent. He said, I don't want to buy this house anymore. Now, I hope the agent is not in this room. But because of my influence in some of my friends, I kind of tell them, hey, look, why don't you study this and ask yourself, is this what you really want? I never tell them that this property is bad. I ask them, is this what you really want? And they didn't, and then from there I realized, oh my gosh, a lot of people don't understand what is HOC. One simple thing, right? We understand because we deal with this every single day, but buyers don't buy property every day. They buy once in the 10 years. So just to bring that point back to Yien, that she's trying to use opportunity to educate the clients, the opportunity in HOC, in whatever, right? And a lot of people, you'll be very surprised, a lot of people actually don't know.
Yeah, and then to add on to that, right? So many customers thought that HOC is only for first home buyer. So this is wrong. Actually, it's unlimited. So you can buy how many HOCs you want during this time frame you can. Yeah. So it's not limited to the first home buyer only.
Yeah. And then they think I make too much money, my income is too high, I don't qualify. That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true.
That is totally not true. So a lot of people don't get it, they don't understand. And it's okay they don't understand because they are not agents, they are buyers. You should understand that, you should know that, and you should be telling the clients. Okay, back to you, Yien, go ahead.
Okay, so just let me share with you a little. I extracted some of the information that we usually share with our customer. Okay. Okay, so the first thing is, because you know that just now Jonathan Kuek also shared that we're going to do the Zoominer, right? So I'm going to have a Zoominer also on coming Wednesday. So one of the things that in order for you to invite your customer to come for this Zoominer, you need to have the knowledge of the product. Then else, it's difficult for you to, if let's say they ask you when you invite them and then you are not able to give any information, then you may lose them, right? So just some info for you so that you get an idea how come we manage to sell Ceresa so hot. Okay, so first thing we always we want our customers to know these few key points. Why is it so unique? First of all, it's a freehold, it's a residential title. This is a low density. Low density is like 450 units in 6 acres of land. 452 in 6 acres of land. So forest living lifestyle. So basically your balcony is overseeing to the forest, totally unblocked view. And the most fantastic thing is that it's just 10 minutes to One Utama shopping center. So if I stop at this point, if you can imagine, there's no such development, right, in the market like this, low dense, freehold, and it's just next to forest reserve. And only 10 minutes to One Utama. 5 minutes drive to MRT 2 station. And our layout is very unique. We have a double volume, which is like a 20 feet height ceilings. Glass up at the balcony, you will look at the forest. Okay, and we also have a duplex. Duplex is like a double-story link house, but it's in the sky. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, when people ask us what's the project about, freehold residential, low density, next to forest, 10 minutes to Bandar Utama. That's it. Okay, and layouts, sizes. That's the next question that they will always like to ask. So, is 3 bedrooms or 3+1? Size is from 1291 to 1778 square feet. Okay, and there is double volume and the duplex. So if you can see from the layouts, they are bigger units. Okay, so that is why this project is for upgraders, for people who are looking for their own home to stay. Okay, and the community-wise is more family-oriented because it's big. And it's low dense, 452 units only in 6 acres of land. It's how exclusive is it? And it's next to the forest. Location is perfect, 10 minutes to Bandar Utama. Okay, so this is just for you to see how it looks like for the double volume. You can see that it's 20 feet high, and that glass, right, is where your balcony is, and when you look, that is your view from your balcony, looking to the forest. But this is a showroom, all right? And this is the duplex. It's like a double-story link house because downstairs is where your family do the activities like the living hall, the kitchen, and the dining hall. Okay, all your rest area, bedrooms is upstairs. Okay, it's a 3+1, about 1,008 square feet. This is how it looks like. This is the view. Okay, view is very important to most of the buyers that are looking for own stay. Okay, and for in the condo, they want unobstructed view because they want privacy, they want air ventilation, they want natural sunlight. Okay, so this is an AM view that we took from the balcony. Okay, actually it's, we took using the drone, not from the balcony. Okay, balcony not there yet because it's under construction. Okay, so it's facing north, so you don't get direct afternoon sun. Okay, you face north, and this is the exact view from your balcony. Okay, and this is the night view. Every time when our customers see these pictures, right, they are very impressed with it. It will actually keep them excited and want to know more. Okay, and this is how it looks like if you're facing the forest, morning or after rain. This is the mist that you are getting. So we are trying to let the customer feel, you know what, if you buy this house, this is how you will be experiencing your living, your lifestyle. It will be like that. It's so different from the busy bus city, you know, all the condos is just next to the highway, the busy road. So, and the traffics, right? So this is like, it's very different. Okay, and we also give them some impression, artist impression on like how the environment, the facilities will be like. So if you can see, there's a cascading waterfall, and this waterfall is actually a 3-story heights flowing back to the common facilities area. So because for this project, right, we actually have 3 categories of facilities. One is at level 8, okay, where you have all your racket games there, basketball, squash, and tennis, right? So, and then on the 43 floors, we have the infinity pool, and it's overseeing to the forest. This is how you see. This is the infinity pool looking to the forest. And the third part is actually the forest facilities. The developer actually built a facility in the forest. So that's why when you stay here, right, it's a very unique, you get to enjoy the indoor and the outdoor facilities. Like you can see the cascading waterfall, actually that whole area, it's the forest facility. So you can do a morning walk, and that's why when you live in a city, but you can still experience the greens, the forest, right? Okay, and this location map is so that our customer is easy to imagine where is the exact location. So if you can see, Bandar Utama is just here, right? And then Seresta is just here. And you can see that, you see, it's facing to the forest, or you can choose the one that is facing to the city, which is already developed with all the landed properties. So you won't have any future block development that will be coming up, right? Okay, this is to show the accessibility, because we also want to shout out that location is very important and accessibility is very important. It's connected to all the 5 major highways here, right? And then, because besides all the exclusivity and like the serene development and all this, but we also have, you know, the train, which is the MRT2. It's just 5 minutes away, 2.6 kilometers away. And for our projects, we actually have a personal private shuttle service exclusively only for Seresta residents, okay? That they will cater you, they will have a schedule to cater the residents to the MRT, which is just 5 minutes away every day. And this MRT2 station, they actually have a stop to some of the major city, which is like our financial hub, Tun Razak Exchange, and then the KLCC East and Bandar Malaysia South, North and South as well. So you can see that this MRT station will actually bring you to some of the key areas in the city, right? Okay, so amenities wise, all this is important because we want to let the customer know that, you know, although it's so exclusive, you have this forest and all these things, but don't worry, that neighborhood is totally established. It's a very mature neighborhood. You see, you can get, you will actually get like more than 100 eateries and cafe here. You have 7 clinics, you have 5 preschools, and these are all the F&Bs around here, like you have McDonald's, Subways, and you have the banks, Maybank, CIMB. So we wanted to let them know the convenience are there. The convenience are there, right? So we actually show them also. We put the picture in to show them so that they can feel it more real, okay? Hospital is there, it's just 12 minutes away. This is the Sam Darby Ramsey Hospital. We have international school, 6 minutes. This is another international school, 30 minutes away. So, and also we have the primary Chinese school, which is 3 minutes away, because schools and education is very important to this group of people that is going to buy Seresta, because they are upgraders, they are more, they are already a family, so they probably have children or coming. They may have children, you know, in the coming years. So all these are important to them, schools. And then after that, after we explain all the amenities and established neighborhood, and also we want to give them some data and facts so that they can see how Seresta outstands the other projects. So what will actually really attract the customer nowadays is the pricing. So that's why we do an analysis on the neighborhood new projects. Okay, so if we zoom straight, okay, without looking into this, we zoom straight to the net per square feet. Seresta is only 590 per square feet as compared to the others is at 800 to 1,002 per square feet. Isn't this already below market price by 30%, right? So invite them to come. So this one is just for your information, but we just want to for you to highlight it to your buyers, that because not what we like to say is that not all projects is actually, although we have HOC now, first we educate to them what is HOC. After we educate to them what is HOC, then I will tell them like, actually not all developers are qualified, okay, or eligible to have this HOC. But our project is eligible, okay? And that's why you can get additional 10% discount, and then stamp duty waiver, and also the loan agreement stamp duty waiver. And this is the amount that you are able to save. Okay, so and I will just do a summary on what's the difference, you know. So basically now you have 10% HOC and you have additional cashback, and net price is only 590 per square feet, right? And this is our usual EDM that we send to our customers. But later, I think Academy will be sending a new EDM for you all to invite your customer to the Zoomina.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I pause it for a moment? Can you just go back to your EDM just now?
Yeah.
Can you see, guys? Save up to 315,000 ringgit. That's the message of the day. Can you see the way they send the message out? Save up to 315,000 by buying this property from us or exploring this opportunity. That's the kind of message that will get people to respond. Save 315,000. Would you want to save 350,000? Right? That's the kind of conversation, that's the kind of messaging that is working for today. Thank you for sharing that, Yien. Move on. Yeah, move on, sorry.
Yeah, I think the last page is like, because the Zoom-in is on a Wednesday, 24th of June. The people that we should be inviting is people that is comfortable with the price range that is 900K and above, okay? And the age group, usually our bias is around 35 to 55. And strictly no bankers and no property developers. No bankers, no bankers, no bankers, okay? Because we are going to disclose the discounts and all, and we don't want any bankers to be there, yeah.
Okay.
Right, so this is my contact.
Okay, you're going to just pause it here for a while. Just pause the contact here for a while. We're going to do 2 client Zoominas next week. 2 client Zoomina next week, one for Yen's product and Yen's education, and one's for Jonathan's education. Now, I'm going to do a quick exercise with you all here, as you'll see that picture for a while. Can you de-share the screen right now, Yen? Can you de-share the screen? Virtual support, can you pull out the Wednesday event, the one that is Yen hosting the event? Okay, can you post that? Okay, this next coming Wednesday on the 24th of June from 8:30 to 10 p.m., we are going to do a clients-only education event on how to upgrade their lifestyle in this crisis. Now, I want you to think about, right now, take the next 3 minutes. I want you to think about 5 persons in your database or your contact right now. Think about it. Be very purposeful. If you have not done lead generation this morning, this is your opportunity to do it right now. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to think about doing lead generation right now in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Think of 5 names in your database that has the interest in upgrading their lifestyle and their property right now. Think about 5 of them, and they have families. Their property value is about 900 over 1,000. They can afford that. And the age group is between 35 to 55. That's the kind of age group. I want you to think about 5 of them right now. Think about 5 of them. Marcus has just shared that EDM there right now. You can download it on the chat box. Go to the chat box, download it, or you can connect with Yien on WhatsApp. If you can't download it, I think Yien can potentially send it to you, right? Or connect with you. So I want you to think about that 5 names right now. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes right now. If you have thought of that 5 names, I want you to say yes. I want you to think about 5 names right now. Be very purposeful in your lead generation. Today is going to help you make some money right now. Okay? Yen, how much is 1 unit commission they will get for the closing rent?
2%.
2% off, so it will be about 18,000, 20,000.
20,000 averagely. Of course, averagely our price range is from 900 to 1.1 mil. So average 1 mil, 2% is 20.
Got it. So I'm going to give you 5 names right now. Think about the goal to earn 20,000 right now. Think about 5 names. Put 5 names there. Can you think about 5 names? If you have done, say yes. Okay. Now, I want you to do this. Whatever names you have right now, I want you to download this particular EDM, invite them to come to this education session. We are going to do an education session right now for this Wednesday. I want you to send out the invite. By the way, I was thinking about you, John, that you may be in the market to look at something to upgrade your lifestyle and you're not sure what's going on in the market. Why don't I invite you to come to this event? Or the message could be, hey, John, I'm here to offer you this opportunity to go through an education session to learn about how do we take opportunity of the current crisis in the property market. I want you to think like that right now, okay? I want you to send out to these 5 people, customize each of their messages right now. Put their name, specifically their name, and I'm thinking about you. And I thought this session will make sense to help you understand the market and to help you think about the opportunities to upgrade. Think about it right now. Go. I want you to think the next 2 minutes. How many of you done that? Say yes. You have 5 names right now. Send that out. Send that out right now. Okay. Send out 5 names, right? So that you can bring people into this session. Both me and Yien will be educating. I'm going to do an overview of the property market, what's going on, what's the opportunity for them, what are the government policies that will help them. And then Yien will talk about the opportunities in upgrading, what are success stories in helping the clients to do those things. And you are leveraging on bringing a lead to that event. And I think the team is there to support you, right? Yien, the team will be there to support the lead and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Awesome. How many people have done this? Say yes. Or I see 5 people doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Can I have a few more? Come on, guys. Think about the 5 names. Suzanne has done it already. Okay, think about the 5 names to invite to come to this session, to educate them, right? And we're doing it at night for the convenience of the client so that it's after their working hours. And we're trying this out. Sharon, thank you very much, Sharon. Well done. Anyone else? Keep on doing that right now. I'm going to give you 3 more minutes. Jimmy, well done. 3 of them, fantastic. You got 3, that's good. Right, think of 5 names. Barry, well done. Think of 5 names that you could send out. This is how you do lead generation, guys. You'll be purposeful about the right opportunity with the right target audience. And then you purposefully send them a personalized message with the right message for the day. I've got an opportunity to save 315,000 right now. Would you be interested? Come for this session. I've got an opportunity to understand more about the market. How can you take advantage of the policies from the government to save money right now? Everybody likes to save money. Who don't like to save money? Man? Then you give me all your money. I save for you. A lot of people like to save money. Man. Everybody likes to save money. Man. Everybody wants a good deal. Everybody wants a good opportunity. Right? Awesome. Do I sound like those Facebook Live people selling seafood? Yes, I think I have learned to do that very well. So that could be my part-time career. Okay, educating people about seafood. Even the seafood flirts, right, are educating the public about the seafood. This seafood come from which sea lah? How deep is the sea lah? How cold is the thing? Why is it so fresh? They talk about all the stories. There's a technique. I just saw one. I actually learned how to do virtual training by watching those videos. And there was this guy, John Seafood Pasar, there you go. There was this guy, he was actually explaining the Japanese way of chilling the fish, why the fish is so fresh, why the Japanese tuna, when you cut up from the sea and you cut it up and you eat sashimi, right, it's fresh. Because there is a method, there's a technique. And I got educated. And suddenly I thought he is the expert in fish. Right? So even the guy selling fish on Facebook is educating people to gain the respect and the validity of the market. I think we should do the same. I think we can do better than that. I think we can do more than that, right? Okay, can I have the next slide, please? Thank you guys. I'm on the next slide first. Okay, our second session is on the 25th of June on Thursday night. Now, this is a total different audience. I want you to think about 5 persons right now that is looking to buy their first home or looking to buy their first investment property. Right? The EDM is there. I want you to think of 5 names right now. I want you to write that 5 names down right now. Who are the young guys or who are the people who have not bought their first property? And you heard from some of from Abai, a lot of Bhumiputra buyers is interested to buy their first home right now. Right? Now, I want you to think of 5 names. If you have think of 5 names, say yes. I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes right now. Think of 5 names in your database that potentially is looking to buy their first home or thinking of buying their first investment property. Either way, they're saving. Ask then your son. There you go. Just ask your son to buy. Don't you think? Because you're going to buy for him, right? Or your son's friends. Right? Your son's friends will likely be someone wanting to buy. There you go. Guys, put it there. How many of you have 5 names, 5 prospects, or 5 contacts in your database? They are looking for the first home. And we are going to go step by step in educating them how to buy their first home. And you saw the way John has already explained. John have already kind of show you the way he's, in a brief way, how he educates the clients to show them step by step and consult them how to secure their loans, how to take advantage of the season. There you go. Awesome. There you go. That's his message, Jonathan's message. Good morning, so-and-so. Hope you are safe during this MCO. We are having a live property seminar this way, and I thought about you to talk about the OPR cut, Malaysian market, and the impact of COVID-19 and HOC. This is a message. Thank you, John. John has just sent you a custom message right now that you could actually send the message and the picture together. Do not send just the picture. Send a message to explain the picture or the EDM, right? So you can explain. That's a very good example, right? How many of you can think of 5% right now? If you have 5%, please say yes. How many of you can have 5% that you can think of buying new homes or new investment property? Anyone? Do you have 3 or 5 people in your database? If you have, please type yes in the chat box. I see Jimmy, I see Azlin. What else? Who else? Anyone else? Do you manage to think about 5 database, 5 contacts in your database? John, you want to share your chat room, also your WhatsApp chat room as well, that you can update everyone?
Right.
Yeah. So John has a WhatsApp chat room that all agents can join in. He kind of updates everyone what he's doing. He also can update your day-to-day what's happening. And if you are part of you are able to invite the clients into that particular sessions, I think John will be doing a fantastic job to educate them how to acquire their first home. Yes, Sebastian, thank you. You already have 5 names. There you go. Database lead generation is like this. And if you consistently do it, every single day, think of 5% or 3%, you send this out. Until next week, you might have invited 20 people, but out of 20 people, maybe 4 will show up. And when 4 show up to the session, maybe 1 would buy. Either they buy. John, how much is the property that the commission that you're paying for closing rent?
2 projects here. One is 1.5, one is 2%.
So how much is the gross commission?
So you're looking at about 8 to 10, 11,000.
About 8 to 11,000. So if 1 went to Yien and bought something is 20,000, 1 went to John and bought something is 11,000. That week you have potentially earned 31,000 by educating your client.
Yeah, I just want to add on to that. You see, you can at the same time you can bring about 8 or 5 clients to this Zoomina. It's way better than you bring 5 clients to sales gallery, because you can't do that one shot, at the same time. So correct. And you are not wasting a lot of time, because that 1 hour that you spend with them on that call is where they have 20 or 10 people there. And this is the most efficient way of spending time with the right prospect. And it's a filtration process as well, because once they get on the Zoomina, they're interested, right? They will tell you. That means you have filtered them 1 round already. Yep.
And the way you all show the property, like the way I saw Yien show the property, but if I'm really in the market to upgrade, right? And I saw the view, a bit for me, because I'm a view person and I like the view where you have a lot of mist, and then like you show the balcony view that just now is as if that I'm going to heaven like that, like mist that I cannot see, like heaven like that, So I would then say that, hey, if that triggers me, right? I would make an appointment with her and say, hey, I think my wife would love this. I think I want to come and take a look. Right, and you wouldn't have to spend so much time following up, because that opportunity was there to showcase that opportunity to the client, and you are really spending time very wisely and very efficiently. Just 1 hour of your time, bring 10 or 20 people into that Zoomina and try to help them understand where they are. And it also triggered their thoughts. Maybe I have more conversation, I need to talk to you all, and I think you're all going to have consultations at times with the clients, am I right? 2 of you are going to set aside time that the clients can actually consult you all with the agent, together with the agent, and they will either consult you physically in the sales gallery or at Zoom. So that's available for you all. Okay, thank you for sharing, Yien. Thank you for sharing, John. We will make sure that all this information are updated in Workplace, so that all the agents here will get those information when they need it. And join the chat rooms. I hope there are people joining the chat rooms or connect with Yien to see how you can take advantage and leverage on each other based on your database to get them to at least have conversation or come to the sales gallery or get educated. If you add value to the clients in this market, you are adding value, you are outstanding. Can we not de-share the screen? Can you de-share the screen, Yuen or really? Thank you. Now, what are your ahas today? Everyone, can you share your ahas? What are your ahas that you are getting from today's session? Anyone? What are the ahas that you have from today's session? Please share it in the chat box. Anyone? What are the things that you are learning right now from the session? Please share in the chat box. Okay, different way of approaching buyers. Yes, Zila, absolutely. Educate clients. We need to get educated in order to educate our clients. HOC and leads. It's all about educating. You're absolutely right. It's all about educating. It's all about experiencing. It's not about the quality lead, it's about the quality of the agent. Yeah. That just came out today. I don't know. Didn't plan that. Anyone else? What else? What are the ahas that you get from today's session? Focus, targeting, prospecting. Absolutely. Motivated to go through this transition time. Absolutely. Because we just gave you an opportunity to make 31,000 next week. Study before teaching. Absolutely. There are so many opportunities right now. Thank you very much. Thank you for having the expression of gratitude. Different style of selling, absolutely. You know, one of the things that I want to give you a quick example of this, one of the best example I could think of is how people sell mobile phones. You know, back then, the best place to go buy mobile phones is where, you know? Is Sungai Wang Plaza. You all remember Sungai Wang Plaza? That was the place that people go and buy mobile phone. And you see most of the mobile phone they have, it's all inside, what do you call that? They're all inside a case. It's all inside a shelf, right? And it's like a glass shelf, and you cannot touch, you cannot feel, and you cannot see. And a lot of times they put the dummy set there. It's not even the real phone. Today that has changed. The experience has changed. Samsung or Apple allow people to play around with their phone. They allow people to experience. And they have an advisor there advising and educating the customer what are the phones, and they will ask them questions that is related to their work or to their lifestyle. What phones would be suitable for you? Everyone is changing to the direction of education and experiencing. Target the right customer with the right knowledge with the right product. You are absolutely right. Not selling, but educating first. Okay, so now I hope all of you learned something today and take action right now in the next 15, 20 minutes or half an hour, because this is the time that you want to quickly take action and send out 5 to different sessions. Send out 5 database invites to John's session and 5 database to Yen's session. Okay, can I have the announcement, please? Before I go, I want to share you some announcement. Announcement, please. Important announcement. Okay. Our next, we are regaining back traction momentum of our virtual trainings, because I think virtual trainings is important. And next week, on Monday, we've managed to secure, we are looking for someone to talk about one thing. And Elizabeth Curry is a MAPS coach, top 20% MAPS coach in KW in the US. And she's going to be sharing about the one thing. She's a kind of a leading authority in KW to talk about the one thing, the concept of the one thing. Gary Keller and Jay Papasan wrote this best-selling book called One Thing, and she's going to talk a little bit about how to be using the thinking of the one thing in order for you to do your business successfully in this season. So do sign up for the session, that QR code for RSVP, and you will get a link to that Google Drive or to that Google form, or you could look at the chat box. We have that link for you all right now. Okay, next please. Can I share the screen? Thank you. For real estate, for agents from Redfield, just remember next Wednesday, there is the state of the company. Do we have the state of the company poster, Yuen or Whaley? Can we please post it up right now? Just want to quickly announce that.
Yes,
so
give
that
me a second, please.
Yes, thank you. Just hang on for a while. This is very important. The latest poster, please.
Yeah. Hold on.
All hang on for a while. Stay online for 1 more minute. I'm going to show you this poster so that you all can register.
Okay. I'm just going to put this out.
Are we there? Okay. Okay, so we will be having a SOC or State of the Company, and we are proud and very privileged to be and honored to have Bill Sotorov, the President of KW Worldwide, and JP Lewis, the Vice President of KW Worldwide, to be joining us on our State of a Company for the first half of 2020. We're going to share the data and statistics of what we are finding from January to June, what is the updates, what is the future of our company moving forward from here. So there will be a lot of announcements. It's kind of like a mini town hall that you used to do. Those who are in Redfield, you know what's a town hall. This is a mini virtual town hall that we'll be doing, and there'll be some announcements about events, technology, trainings, updates on what's happening, a lot of updates and a lot of information about where the progress and the performance of everyone is. So I just wanted to make sure that you all block your time on your calendar on the 24th of June, 8:45 a.m. to 10 a.m. to make sure that you are on this call. Very importantly, because we purposely put it at 8:45 to kind of make sure that Bill and JP could join us all the way from Austin, Texas. It is their night time, so they're really sacrificing their time to benefit all of us, to share the messages with all of us. I think it's going to be their 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night for them to join us up till 11 p.m. So they're sacrificing their time out of their comfort zone to serve us, to be with us in this meeting. So I hope and I expect every Redfield agent to join this session next Wednesday, okay? Now with that, thank you very much. You do not need to register to get a link. Your Market Center support will send you the Zoom to get that link. They will send you a direct Zoom message to you directly as we get closer to Wednesday. So, but I just want you all to block your time. Make sure that you all don't do any appointments that day on Wednesday at 8:45 to 10 a.m. This is something that we will be doing every quarter with the state of the company. So we want to do an update for everyone, okay? And it's a good time to gather together and kind of learn from each other as well. And I wanted Bill and JP to share their perspective of the future of the real estate market right now globally. They'll give you a very global perspective that will help you see things from a different angle. Okay, so with that, guys, thank you very much. I hope you all have a good time. Thank you, John and Yien, for supporting us today. Before we go, maybe John, you want to share with us one last thing or one last thought, a last advice to everyone in this call.
If you don't know how to advise, you're nothing but a salesman, and your client don't need salesman. If they need salesman, they'll go direct to developer. So be a consultant.
Okay, I wanted to ask Yien, but I think she stepped out already. Yeah, Yien, what last words that you want to share share with us here today, the audience here today?
Okay, for me, I think very important is that we need to be prepared and have all the knowledge and information about the market, okay, and what is going on, because like today's topic is about education. So if we are able to give the education, the insights, the information, the latest info to our customer, we will be able to gain the credibility and the trust.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, guys. And my last parting words is this, how John Kuek copied down what I said. Let me see, what is it? I want to say the right thing if I forget what I say, because it just came out. Where is it? It's not about the quality of the lead. It's about the quality of the agent. Think about that. It's not about the quality of the lead. It's about the quality of the agent. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good lunch. Have a good rest of the day. This weekend, hopefully, you'll be closing some deals. I will see you all next Monday during the training. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay.